Richard Johnson. 2 is Coig, the mount of Jason Maguire. 3 Etzalar, Campbell Gillies. 4 is Hey Big Spender, Joe Tizard. 5 Honest John, Keith Mercer. 6 Karabak, AP McCoy. 7 Nokara Bow is Jan Feltzezek. 8 Latanier, Aidan Coleman. 9 is Mary Down, Davy Condon. Down to 10 Moscow Catch, Phil Kinsella. 11 is Ogee, Jimmy McCarthy. 12 on Raglan Road, Dennis O'Regan. 13 Paws and Claws is Jack Doyle. 14 Pride of Dulcet, Ruby Walsh. And 15 Weapons Amnesty, Davy Russell. All 15 go in this Citroen Sefton Novices Hurdle over 3 miles and half a furlong.
So a very solid favourite here is Karabak at 13-8. It's 4-1 Weapons Amnesty. 7-1 Pride of Dulcet. A little bit of money for According to Dick into 10-1, along with On Raglan Road. It's 16-1 Paws and Claws. 20-1 Knockara Bow. Mary Down at 25-1 shot. And as we just see there, Weapons Amnesty's changed into 7-2, and it's 25-1 OG. And Gary, this has been an absolute monster gamble all day.
A monster from 9 o'clock this morning, 5-2 this morning, John. It's gone 7-4. There's a £40,000 bet being matched here at 7-4. That's why it's 13-8. There's a fortune for it, John. An absolute fortune for Karabak. It's 13-8, solid.
Well, there is the champion jockey, the 13 times champion jockey, AP McCoy, will be riding in his 14th national tomorrow on Butler's Cabin. Karabak, his best ride of the day here, and a horse that JP McManus bought after he saw him win by a long way at Ascot. He got beaten at Cheltenham, but by a very good horse in Michael de Haguenau. And it's going to be an interesting rematch as well, this race, between Pride of Dulcet and Weapons Amnesty. Weapons Amnesty there in the foreground. And Norman, this a horse you know rather better than most.
Yeah, Jar Horrigan from down in Tipperary and myself bought him, and he sold him at a breeze up sale. So he's turned out lucky for the Jigginstown connections. And he's got a chance. He loved the good ground. He was a good winner at Cheltenham, and he stays really well. Going back to Karabak, I think that step up and trip will probably help him a lot, but this horse is a real stayer, Weapons Amnesty.
Now, Richard, what do you make of this race? Pride of Dulcet and Weapons Amnesty, obviously they had that great finish at Cheltenham, but also therefore both had hard races.
They've had hard races, and I think Paul Nicholls was saying in his piece this morning that of all his horses that he's brought here, he's more worried about Pride of Dulcet having had such a hard race, coming out of that run and coming to Liverpool and showing his form again. So you'd be a little bit worried.
It's so hard to tell until the race is underway, because the horse looks wonderful. He looks absolutely perfect.
I'd have to say I don't think I've seen more relief jockeys at Cheltenham to ride a winner than Davy Russell after Weapons Amnesty. Landed in front at the last when Pride of Dulcet made the mistake. He did nothing in front, did he?
Another horse we should give a quick mention to is On Raglan Road. He's got a chance. Jim, they're getting ready to go.
Coming in now, 3 miles and half a furlong the trip, jumping 13 flights, and they're off and running. And Pride of Dulcet on the outside goes straight off in the lead for Ruby Walsh. Up there too in the centre, Latanier in the spotted jacket. Over on the far side is Honest John as they come now to the first. Big high lead by the leader. They're all over safely. Back in 4th position is Nokara Bow and the yellow cap. Ogee is on the inside as they come up the straight the first time. They're followed then by Moscow Catch, and back in the centre of the field is On Raglan Road. They're followed then on the inside by Mary Down, and then Scraping Paint Karabak right in the centre of the pack. Paws and Claws is next, and further back then is Weapons Amnesty. According to Dick, is held up at the rear, so too out the back in the early stages Hey Big Spender, followed by Etzalar, and last is Coig as they swing into the back, and Ruby Walsh making it here on Pride of Dulcet, and the pace is just moderate.
Yeah, he's suiting it to himself here, Ruby, on this horse. Interesting, he dropped him in a little bit at Cheltenham.
Coming over the next, which is flight number 2, and back towards the rear there, Coig just wrapping the top of that, but it's Pride of Dulcet up on the outside of Honest John. They match strides a half length Latanier, a length and a half further back then is Nokara Bow, yellow cap on the outside of Ogee is the dark colours with the yellow cap on the inside. Moscow Catch is further back as they go over the third. Mistake there by the favourite Karabak. He went right down on his nose there. And he's okay, though. He's up in centre field there. He's about 7 or 8 lengths off the pace as they come to the 4th. Let's see how he judges this one. He jumped it perfectly. And he's nicely settled in the centre of the field. So it's Honest John, the leader, on the inside of Latanier as they head down the back. Pride of Dalkett up in 3rd place. You're having a look at the favourite there in the hoop jacket. Up in 4th is Ogee, the inside from the Karabak. And just being followed there out wider by Moscow Catch, the Karabak right in the centre. They're followed then by Merry Down as they race across the top. And Karabak, that slight mistake there, he just nodded really.
He did, and it was very good to see AP get him back into that inside position, saving every inch of ground here. Interesting here, I think the 3 miles, the step up and trip, like Norman said earlier, will really suit this horse. It'll bring out the best in him. He stays really well.
Well, he'd be happy too that the pace is, the tempo is just starting to pick up a little bit here as they come into the straight now to the 5th. Honest John on the inside of Latanier. Pride of Dalkett is wider out in 3rd. The Karabak in 4th, followed by Ogee the inside. Then Karabak on the inside, about 7th in the white cap as they come to the 6th flight. Then out wider on the track is Moscow Catch, followed further back in the field. Then on Raglan Road is wider. Weapons Amnesty right there in the centre. According to Dick, is saving every inch of ground on the inside. So they come up the straight. Etzelar is well back. So too is Paws and Claws. And out the back is Hey Big Spender and Coig. So they come up the straight now with a circuit to go. And it's Honest John on the inside from Latanier up in 3rd. Then Pride of Dalkett. On the inside, Ogee. According to Dick, an interesting runner back in the field.
Yeah, horse, he's getting the type of race that he's always wanted. He's always been a keen running sort in that he wants to go faster than everybody else is going. And this could just bring out the best in him. Yeah, AP McCoy is just in front of him on the favourite Karabak. He's got a very nice position. He's got a Ruby Walsh in his sights up in front of him.
Coming down the back now, they've got 6 flights left to jump, and out in front here it's Honest John with the red sleeves from Latanier, the spotted jacket. Ogee the inside, Pride of Dalkett the outer, followed then by Karabak with the yellow cap. So they head to the first one down the back. And Karabak, he didn't jump that too well at all in centre field. But back to the leaders, and it's Honest John on the inside from Latanier. Back up in 3rd is Pride of Dalkett from Ogee and the Karabak. Behind them, Karabak making ground. They're followed by on Raglan Road, and in the centre is Moscow Catch as they come to the 9th. Then on the inside, according to Dick, who jumped that okay. Weapons Amnesty back behind him from Paws and Claws, and they're followed by Merry Down, who's giving the leader a fair start as they continue their journey down the back. As Coig as they come now to 4 out, and just going through the top. There's a faller there on Raglan Road is down, and badly hampers Paws and Claws. Paws and Claws are badly hampered there, and on the ground is Dennis O'Regan on Raglan Road, and that looked a bad fall.
It looked bad. Let's just fingers crossed that he's okay, because that looked really, really nasty. This race is beginning to really hot up now, Jim. You can see AP McCoy just squeezing along on Karabak here, just in behind the leaders. Davy Russell's been noticeably quiet on Weapons Amnesties. As we said earlier, very, very cool jockey.
Well, pleased to say that Dennis O'Regan back up on his feet there down the back. But as they swing into the straight now, Pride of Dalkett moving up on the outside of Honest John. Behind them is Karabak poised. They're followed by Ogee, and according to Dick is coming into it on the inside. They're clear then of Weapons Amnesty, who's jumped up, but he wrapped that one hard just as he was starting to make progress. Karabak in the centre, and further back then is Hey Big Spender. They've got 2 left to jump. And it's Ogee on the far side who strikes the lead now. From Comhla, Coig has come from nowhere. There's a faller there at the second last. One down there, and it's Moscow Catch. They've got 1 left to jump now. Ogee the far side. Comhla, Coig has come there on the near side now. That's the big danger. According to Dick behind them, Karabak hasn't picked up. A gap then back in the field. Weapons Amnesty is also struggling, but with a half furlong to go, Ogee has fought back. Ogee on the inside has come back to take the lead from Comhla, Coig. As they come up towards the line, though, it's Ogee who's going to win it for Jimmy McCarthy. Comhla, Coig is second, according to Dick is third. Tight 4th, Karabak and Weapons Amnesty. A gap in the field then to Merry Down. Further back then is the Karabak, then Pride of Dalkett, Honest John, Hey Big Spender, Paws and Claws, who was badly hampered down the back by that faller. They're followed by Etzala, then Latanier, the riderless horse there on Raglan Road. He seems to be okay. He's galloping riderless to the line. And we did hear that Dennis O'Regan, there he is, Dennis, he's up on his feet. Because he's got Black Appalachian tomorrow to ride in the National. But there is Jimmy McCarthy on number 11, Ogee, owned by Sir Evelyn de Rothschild, trained by Rennie Robeson and ridden by Jimmy McCarthy. Second, number 2, Comhla Coig, ridden by Jason Maguire. Third, number 1, according to Dick, Richard Johnson. And fourth, number 6, Karabak, A.P. McCoy. Ogee, though, is the winner. This gelding by Generous. The distances are half length by a length. A half length and a length. And there is Ogee, far side. Comhla Coig, it had come from the rear of the field with a sustained run. This Donald McCain Jr. trained horse came into the picture there, and he looked all over the winner. There is the price. There are the prices: 25 to 1 Ogee, 100 to 1 Comhla Coig. How the bookies must have been shouting for that. And according to Dick, at 10 to 1, it's not a bad result for them anyway. But Ogee, a really good performance.
Oh, a great result as well for Jimmy McCarthy and Renee Robeson. It's what Aintree's all about.
Indeed, a beaming Jimmy McCarthy. Hardly too much to worry about there, Jimmy.
No, we've always, to be fair, thought he was a decent horse. He has been running well all year on bad ground. He needs this better ground, and we thought the step up to 3 Mile would suit, and most of the fancied ones had been to Cheltenham. He'd had a break in one run and he was fresh, and we thought if there was ever time to roll the dice in a Grade 1, this was it.
Any moments of concern in the home straight?
Not really, barring I was in front a bit soon. He had a bit of a look at the last and put down on me just because he was dossing, but never any worry really.
And Jimmy, moments like this, riding big winners at Aintree, what does it mean to you?
It's been a few years since I had one here. It means the world. They're few and far between.
Well done.
He's a hard-working guy, Jimmy McCarthy, and he doesn't get his chance on good horses that often. But here's Karabak. This is the favourite. Never really jumped, never really travelled.
No, especially down the back straight there. That's him putting down. That was the first time down the back straight. Now, he was lucky he didn't fall there, but AP just really couldn't get him into a rhythm afterwards, and off the bridle, on and off the bridle, and not jumping great.
And here comes Ogee, and just walked through the last, as Jimmy said, put down on him.
He put down, but he kept going really well, and as you can see what Jimmy meant by his action, he's just a low daisy cutter really, and really appreciated the better ground.
Well, a great moment for Jimmy McCarthy, but also for Rennie Robeson, the winning trainer, who's now with Richard.
Okay, Rennie, that was fantastic, wasn't it?
Very, very fantastic. And Jimmy gave him an amazing ride, and he's done us proud.
He certainly has. I was talking to Jimmy before the race. Really looking forward to the ride.
Well done.
You stay over hurdles now?
I think he'll stay over hurdles next year and then go chasing, but we have to see. You can never make fixed plans with horses.
You've got a lovely horse. Well